versus the big blind, and every time you both win around 50% of the times, right?
Yes.
In the long run. So, and same goes for the button. Like all three of you, if you go all in, you win 33% of the times. That's law. So
Mm-hmm.
why are you opening 33 from the small blind but 41 from the button, right? From the button, let's say it's okay. Let's say it's okay from the small blind. Why are you opening 33%? You're so afraid
Yes.
of not having position. It's not okay because they just fold way too much. Button squeeze, totally love this, 13%. Flop C bet 56%. We're gonna see why, and we're gonna see if you're checking back in the right spots.
Yeah. Is
And
it too low?
this is no, it's perfect, but I want to see if it's for the right reasons. Okay.
Yes.
And this is where I think it's your biggest leak. Stop calling three bets because it's not okay. Honestly, it's not okay to call or to four bet quite a lot because they don't bluff you enough, and that's the truth. I'll show you. I'll even show you like mathematically. You can't really
Yes.
four bet bluff in different spots. Let's see a little bit of bigger pots. See a bit of bigger pots. Let's rewind and rewatch these, and we're gonna see what was going through your mind at that point, and how can you fix most of the things. So you three bet and he calls, okay,
Yes.
and why do you check raise this board?
Let's see. Um, yes. Why? I don't know.
It's like, don't you think that it looks like insanely strong, like aces or jacks, or if you check raise this board, it's weird. It's very, very polarized. I actually never saw someone check raising with ace king on such a board ever. Like
Should see bet again the first time then.
either check call or c bet, but never. You're overplaying. You're only getting called if you check raise.
Yes.
He's only gonna call you with ace king and sets. That's it. So you're
Yes.
never getting value from anything if you check raise. You're dead. And oh, this is where you should insta fold. This is where
Yeah,
you
I
should
know.
insta fold. Okay, because he either has like ace jack or jacks or eights, so you're dead.
That's super.
Yeah.
Oh yes, set. Yes.
When someone three bets you on this flop,
Yeah.
not even it's like not even three bet pot, just normal pot. When you check raise on this board and someone re raises, he's got his
Yes.
jacks or eights. That's it, always. Not
Yes.
even, it doesn't matter if it's a three bet pot. Okay, so you should always be folding ace king here.
Okay.
All right, three bets, get four bets and call. I totally love the call. It's good. Check call once. Now if he bets, he always has it. So if it's a
Okay.
board, like okay, he four bet you, right? Um,
Yes.
he's not gonna try. He's not gonna try to multi-street bluff you. When you check call once, then he's usually giving up on turn. Sometimes he does have crap, but most of the times, and look, you have 400 hands on him. That's insane. He's a reg, and he looks solid. 22, 18, 7.1, right? He looks solid. What's his four bet? It's 10%. So 1 out of 10. He's not four bet bluffing. Almost never. Okay. Four bet range 2.6. You want to know what 2.6 is, or you know already?
Ace thinking.
It's queens plus an ace king. 2.6% is queens plus an ace king exactly. So like if you go into so this guy does not get out of line. Here you go. 2.6%. So this guy does not get out of line. So whenever he four bets you like this, it's okay to call because you got set mining odds, and sometimes you might win against ace king. But whenever king comes down there, okay, you're almost always dead. In case he has bluffs, you're calling once, but then he's gonna give up with all his bluffs on turn because you called him on this board, and it doesn't really look like you're gonna fold the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because when you call him on the
Yes.
board, what do you have? Okay, yeah, sure, queens, but sometimes you have ace king, sometimes you have like eights. You can have any pocket pair here, fives, eights, even kings, because you can have any pocket pair because you're gonna call his four bets because you're super deep, right? So if you ever
Yes.
three bet those pairs, you're gonna have them. But most of the time, it's like, and also you could also have kings because it's weird to 200 blind stacks to 4-bet to 5-bet kings here, right? So you could potentially flat with kings. You'll always flat with ace king. So so here you go. When you call this flop, he expects you to have. He's a bit tighter, so he expects you to have that, right? He expects you to have ace king. So when he bets again, and this is just super value. Yes, ace king, aces. Yeah, ace king probably.
Ace king, yes.
Maybe with aces he gives up on the river. I don't know. So it's just insanely and look at his river bet. Look at his river bet. It's not.
Yes.
Doesn't it look like insanely strong? Just fold.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely has king. Yes.
Yeah, and he's never look. Take
Then
your.
it's
Not really king. Might be aces, but think about his thought process. Is he actually? It's like what are you bidding on the river? Like jacks tens, but is he actually gonna bet this turn with jacks and tens? No.
No.
All right, so 3-bet ace king, get 4-bet by this guy. You don't really have hands on him. So what do? You call. The reason why I don't like flatting with ace king offsuit, I'm gonna show you why it's terrible to flat with ace king offsuit. So, fuck it. Let's just write. Okay, so reasons why not to flat a 3-bet / 4-bet with ace king offsuit. Usually, you're against a range of, let's say either queens plus and ace king, or let's say nines plus and ace king, right? Because almost no one 4-bets like ace queen. So, first of all, you need around 33% to call, right? Equity. Because these are your pot odds. So
Yes.
you're only gonna flop a pair 30%, a pair or better 30% of the times. So not gonna happen. Second of all, you're either going to flop an ace or a king. If you flop an ace, you're chopping with ace king, getting your stack in against aces, and not getting value. Only one street against under pairs. And totally getting dominated by sets. Okay. And if you flop a king, which is the most unfortunate of the two, then you're getting owned by 7 combos of aces or kings, and you're not getting value from queens minus, and still chopping with ace king. Still getting stacked by sets. See how hard it is to play?
Yes.
Didn't
knew that.
You're gonna get destroyed. It's like, this is like logical thought process. First of all, you're not gonna flop a pair enough times. Second of all, you're getting destroyed by his range. You're behind his range. You're not dominating any ace or any king. You're just getting wrecked by his range. Destroyed. Boom. You're dead.
So you should fold here then.
Yes. Yeah, I would just mock it. Ace king suited is a different spot. It's like ace king suited, you can call, because you're getting a flush draw 10% of the times. So that's 40%, right? So if you need 33%, you're getting 40%. That's actually a good start. And after that, with the flush draw, you can't be dominated. So you have equity. You have good equity. Okay. So you might even stack them. You might get something like, let's say you might get a king on board. Let's say king 6 deuce. You have ace king of hearts. There's king 6 deuce with a heart, right?
Yes.
And he bets once into you, and you call. There's another heart on turn. Now you can call again. So you're not gonna be folding as many turns as
Yeah.
usual. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is good. All right. So this is just insta fold for me.
Yes.
Or if you ever think that he's gonna be 4-bet bluffing, but he's not, because he just made this insane huge sizing. Okay, insanely huge sizing. This is like, what's your 4-bet sizing?
Yeah, ace, king, ace, ace, king,
No,
king.
for 4-bet size, 4-bet size.
The size.
Yeah.
I don't see it here, huh? How many do you mean size?
It's 4-bet sizing in general. It's like, how much do you 4-bet?
Presentable.
Hmm?
In percent, you mean? You mean?
Yes.
Yeah. How much is it? 3, 4?
No. I was wondering, for example, so, so like, just one sec. Let me show you. So, you open 3 blinds from the button, and
Yes.
big blind 3 bets to 10 blinds. How much do you?
That's
4-bet?
yeah. 40.
40 blinds?
Yes.
Wow, that's insanely high. You should never do it 40 blinds, because if
No.
he shoves on you, you can never fold. Yeah, it's like 4-bet. No, this is really big. I've never seen this big. Yeah, that's probably what she said. It's like, if you 4-bet to 40 blinds, then you can never fold, because if you ever 4-bet bluff, you can never fold. Why? 40 blinds, then you have to put 60 into 200, right?
Yes.
So you're left with 60 blinds, and if he shoves, you have to put 60 into 200, and this is 30%. You can almost never fold.
That's the reason why I'm always go all in pre-flop then.
Yeah, not good.
Yes.
So if you just 4-bet, you don't need to 4-bet a lot. You don't need to 4-bet a lot to make your point, right? It's like 4-bet
Yes.
size should always be 2.1 to 2.3x the 3-bet. Okay, so if 3-bet is 9 blinds, make it 21, 22 blinds. If 3-bet is 10 blinds, make it 22 to 24 blinds. You don't need to make it more. If your opponent goes all in, then now
Yes.
you can fold, because you have to invest around 76. So you're gonna need around 38%. So now you can fold, and you're investing less money to find out more.
It was too much for me then.
All right. Okay. So from now on, do not do these big ass.
Yes.
All right. So you flat. You
This
get the
king,
king,
yeah.
and he checks. Never bet here. Why? Look, I'll show you. It's like he bets the flop, right? So he's gonna bet the
Yes.
flop with his whole range. He's gonna bet with queens plus an ace king, probably, because these guys are not that good to check queens. So and also when he 4-bets pre-flop this big. So this is big. Remember what I said. It's like 4-bet size,
Yeah.
20, 21, 22 blinds, 22, 24 blinds. Okay? So 22, 24 blinds. Now this is big, and this shows you that he's never bluffing here, okay? So this 4-bet size is around 30 blinds, okay?
30.
So you
Yeah.
flat and king 7-4. Okay, he bets here. He's probably gonna 4-bet like queens plus an ace king. Maybe only kings plus an ace king. But anyway, so you call once, and 8 comes on the turn. He might even have some sort of weird hands, right? He might even 4-bet with some sort of weird hands. But anyway, so on this turn, there's no draws. And also, he doesn't have any draws, only straight draws, but usually he doesn't have any draws. And what's his range here? His checking range. So like, he bets flop with queens plus and ace king, right? It's like his checking range would be queens and kings, right?
Yes.
So why bet when you're folding the queens and only getting called by kings, maybe maybe aces.
Ace.
So your bet on turn does not accomplish anything. I would check back, try to take it to showdown, or if he checks again on the river, make a smallish bet, smallish value bet, get value from queens, small, something like I don't know, like okay, pot is 6, make it something like 150 or 140 or something like that. So you get some blinds extra, and it's actually a lot of blinds. Okay, so you bet turn, and when he shoves, you're just dead here. He either has like kings, sometimes wrongly played aces, or 5-6 suited. 5-6 suited would be brutal. Yeah, queens. Wow, this is just insane. The way he played it is just so weird. It's just so weird. He'd never do this. He'd never do this with. It's like whenever this happens, it's an anomaly, and like this will happen only 10% of the times, right? That an opponent is gonna do this, is gonna invest 200 blinds with queens on this board, right? So that's why I check back, and he's probably gonna bet the river, right? If he's set into betting with queens, he's probably gonna bet the river. I check back, I take the free river, right? I take the free river, and now it's either he bets and I call, or either he checks and I bet something smallish because I want value from queens. So that's how I play the hand. And it's a bit of pot control. It's a bit of everything, right? Pot controlling against the strong hand, or getting more value against weaker hands. That's why it works so well. All right, this guy 3-bets you. You're deep. You can definitely call. Do you know the 10% rule?
No.
All right, 10% rule for set mining. So, with this occasion, I'll also explain implied odds. So 10% rule for set mining. So if you call this with fives, you're calling to catch the set usually, because without the 5, you're usually gonna have 3 overcards, and it's impossible to play basically. And like why 10%? So first of all, you're gonna hit a set
12%, I thought.
12% on the flop.
Yes.
So 10% rule means that you can invest at most 10% rule means that you can invest at most 10% of effective stack pre-flop with a pocket pair, just to set mine. So you can't really invest more than 10%. Why? Because it's like 12%. It's basically 1 out of 8 times, right? The 10%, 1 out of 8 times. So what happens? 7 out of 8 times, you lose your investment, right? So if it's 10%, then you lose 70% of stack basically. So that 1 out of 8 times. So this is if you're investing 10% pre-flop of your stack.
Yes.
Right? Okay, and 1 out of 8 times you hit, and you need to win to compensate for the losses, right? So win 70% plus. You understand?
30. 30, I think, huh?
No.
So it's every. Yeah.
This is what you lose. So 7 times you lose 10%. The 1 time where you hit, you need to compensate for the losses. So you need to get 70% plus out of him.
Plus, yeah. Sorry, yes.
It's no problem. So you want to invest as less as possible pre-flop with pocket pairs, and you want to remember this 10% rule, because if you invest more, it's extremely dangerous. All right. So, and when you call here, you're calling 30 basically. You just like remember, whenever I call something, I need to get 10 times more from my opponent, right? So if you're calling 30 cents with the pocket pair, you need $3 from him.
Please, yeah.
Okay, that's how you think. So if he's got like 9, then it's obvious call, easy call. Just flat, raise turn, nice. Ooh, he actually called that with aces. That's so weird. Would you have called this with aces here?
Yeah, that's a problem for me also. If I was in out of position, I don't know what my opponent has then,
Yeah, but
and
we
that's
can
where it
estimate
always
from his
go.
actions. Well, if you remember this. This is kind of like microstakes theorem.
Yes.
If he calls the turn and then raises, sorry, if he calls the flop and then raises the turn, or if he calls the flop and calls the turn because there's not that many draws and then raises the river, he always has
Mm-hmm.
a nutted hand, no matter if it's a 3-bet pot or if it's a single raise pot. It doesn't really matter, or multi-way pot or whatever. But look at this. Look at this. So 3-bet pot, right? Let's say you're this guy. Okay, let's say you're
Yeah.
this guy. Let's say you're this guy. Okay, so you 3-bet and he calls. Okay, you bet this flop, but you're gonna bet this flop with ace king. You're gonna bet this flop with maybe even jacks. You're gonna bet this flop with everything, right? Or your
Mm-hmm.
bluffs, right? And he calls. So now you know that he either has flush draw or queen or some or 5 6s, something like that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so on the turn, you're never gonna bluff because he's always calling you with a flush draw, always calling you with queen, 5 6s, whatever. So even
Mm-hmm.
7 8 suited got there. So this is a bad turn. It's a very very bad turn. So you're never gonna bluff here. So what are you betting with is queens, aces, kings. That's it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So your let's say your opponent knows that because it's kind of obvious. You 3-bet pre-flop, bet flop, bet turn. You usually have an overpair, and he raises. So this means that he's actually ahead of that range.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
what does he call with pre-flop? He calls with mostly ace queen suited, king queen suited, pocket pairs. But would he raise the turn with ace queen suited and king queen suited? No, never, because he just
Um,
wants to see showdown as cheap as
mhm.
possible. So the only answer is 7 8 suited, 5 6s. You're dead with aces against that range. You have 0% equity. Nothing. Only if you hit the ace and you beat the 5s and 6s. That's it. But yeah, that's like 4%. So um, you can't win. Fold, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so always think about what is my opponent putting me on. Okay, is my opponent competent enough to think that I could have an overpair here almost always, and that's why he's raising, or is he just super non-thinking type, recreational type of player? He might be trying to bluff me in these spots. He might be, but honestly, there are the occasions where someone calls flop and raises turn after you bet. He raises turn and this huge
Mm-hmm.
that he bluffs the turn are extremely rare. So you should almost
Mm.
always fold aces here.
That's obvious. Yes.
Okay, shit. Close this. Aces, aces. Yeah, this was the hands. Okay. 3-bet, bet flop, get raised. Ugh, this is such a sucky spot. I never shove here because it's like what I've also learned. It's like you're blocking the ace of spades. You're probably shoving to get called by flush draws, right? Or jacks or something like that. I'd never
Mm-hmm.
shove there. Because when he raises the flop, it's a bit ambiguous. I want more info, okay? And to get more info, I'm not gonna 3-bet the flop because maybe if I jam flop, he folds jacks or he folds ace 10 or something like king 10. This guy does not look solid. Even over 20 hands, his VPIP and PFR are 37 and 16. Okay, so and 3-bet is 0. He does not look solid. And also he called my 3-bet, so I'm thinking he has usually pocket pair, some sort of suited Broadway, something like that. Some hand that looks nice. Okay, so when he raises me on this board, sometimes if you jam, people will fold tens. Okay, will fold 10x, right? So like king 10, queen 10, jack 10 suited, queen 10 suited, like ace 10 suited, whatever. So problem is that I want to keep his worst hands in. I'm not really afraid of flush draws because I have the ace of spades. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not afraid. I'm blocking a lot of those flush draws. So I just want to call the flop. I just want to call the flop. So I would just flat the flop to his min raise.
But are
And
you not? Yeah. That card I'm afraid of then because I thought he had. Um, two spades, so he hit his flush now.
Yeah, but why? And also,
Uh,
why are you afraid? Because you have the ace of spades, so you have a lot of outs. And if he bets again on the river on a non-spade, then it's usually so obvious that he doesn't have. So like on this would be the worst turn possible, because it's like this would be super worst turn possible, because if he bets again, he will usually not bet with 10x. Okay, so he either has two pair, or has jacks, or has tens, threes, fours, whatever, or has flush. So many hands that beat you. But I would also call this turn because I do have nine outs, right?
yes.
Also, or aces or whatever. So like 11 outs. I would also call this turn. And yeah. And also they almost never raise with flush draws. Remember this. They just play draws passively, most of them. They almost never raise with flush draws because they expect you to have a strong hand. This is a 3-bet pot. They expect you to have aces or kings, right, and never fold on this board, and that's why they're raising. When you 3-bet, your opponents will almost automatically put you on ace king queens plus, right, especially these guys. So when he raises you, he's ahead of that range, right? So like the only thing that you don't want to see in a 3-bet pot is getting raised. When you get raised, it just sucks. It's brutal. It's so bad. It's so bad. So you do not want to get raised. It's hard.
Yeah, you should hear call then.
Yeah, just flat, just flat.
Yes.
And evaluate the turn, right?
Yeah.
Good turns. It doesn't really matter. It's like you're also flatting for range control. So if you shove, he's folding 10x. He's only calling you with better. But if you call, he might bet again his jacks, or he might bet again maybe he has queens.
And if the turn is a spade and he bets pot, you fold then?
No, I think I call one. I think I call it once more because I have. It's like I go with my theory that they never raise the flop with flush draws, right? He never min raised this flop with flush draws. Most of the time he has sets or jacks and queens, and because this guy would play them this way, so he has jacks and queens. That's 12 combos. And sets, there are 9 combos of sets. I'll teach you combinations if you don't know. So
yes.
yeah, so you're actually ahead if you call. But if you jam, he's probably gonna fold his jacks and queens and only call you with 10s, 3s, and 4s. You're dead, right? So just flat the flop. And on the turn of spade actually helps us because if he has a set, then it's like it hits our range more. If he has a set, then now we have 11 outs. Okay.
Yes.
Right, so it's
but if I got 11 outs and I'm on the river, the turn, sorry.
Yeah, if
he
bets
bets
pot, it's really hard.
I got 9.
No, if he bets pot, I'd fold. But usually they don't bet pot. Usually they bet something like 2/3 pot or something like that. And it's extremely close, and I'll show you. It's like pot on the turn will be 160 plus 160 plus $1, which is 420, right? And he's gonna have 650. So okay, pot on turn. I can evaluate this. Look, so and you can too. Like, pot on turn is gonna be 420, right? 420 bucks. So because 1 plus 160, yeah. Okay, so he bets $3 and has 3 something behind. What it was, 357 behind. Okay. Be high. We have. It won't be 11 because if you're putting him, if he bets the turn, usually, it's like, he could still be doing that with queens, I guess. So okay, we have 10 outs, right? It's only 10 because the 4 of spades will pair the board. Okay, so this 4 of spades will pair the board. So we have 10 outs, so 20%. We're gonna hit the river 1 out of 5 times, and he bets $3. Okay, so 4 out of 5, we're folding to a shove, so we're losing that $3 investment. And 1 out of 5 times, we need to win to compensate, right? So we need to win. This is $3 times 4, which is $12, okay? We need to win more than $12. So how do we do this? And so pot is going to be how much will be pot if he bets 2/3 on the turn? Pot is 420, 10, 1020. It's like it's 420 plus 3 plus 3, 1020.
Yes.
And you need to get from him another $2 minimum on the river to make this a profitable call on the turn. So you're usually gonna do this. Because he's got $3 and something left, and the pot on the river is gonna be $10, so he's usually investing that. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand this. Yes.
So this is called implied odds. Okay. So these are implied odds. This is why you call with a flush draw when you don't have pot odds. Okay. 4-bet. Still a bit big. 4-bet size here would be like 120.
40.
Okay. Yeah, so 4-bet would be like 120, maybe 110. Sorry. This is actually a good play. It's actually really good play. I like it. It's like 4-bet. When he calls a 4-bet, he usually has like queens or kings, right? Or some sort of ace king suited. But you need to just bet flop. Yeah, super stand. Bet flop, shove turn. Good. Totally love it. Yep. Okay, nice. Ace jack here. I don't really like the call with it. Oh, wow.
No.
This is tilt. You should not throw stacks like this. Someone had aces or king? Wow.
Yeah, he called, of course.
Oh my god, that's so bad. That is so bad. That call with denies is so weird. So weird. I don't even know.
Yeah, he didn't believe I had a king. I didn't have, but...
Yeah, but you can have tens or...
Yeah, but yeah, 10 plus everything, yes.
Yeah. Just 1 sec, I need to go grab a glass of water. Just 1 sec. All right.
I had a question from the hand before.
Yeah.
I had the aces. Could it be that he had a set? I know his card now.
No. It couldn't because he calls a 4-bet. So when he calls that 4-bet, look, you bet like 160, okay? He has to call like $1.10 here.
Yeah.
10% rule says he can't because you have only $7 behind. So maximum that he can call is around 70 cents. Okay, so you're still you're protected. So for example, this is the same thing as when you're on the turn and the pot is $10 and you bet 8. Your opponent has you both have around 20 behind. You bet $8. He can't really call with a flush draw there, right? Because even if he hits some of the times, he won't still win enough to cover his losses. Right? It's the same thing. He can't really hit enough times with the set to cover his losses. And an 18-15 when he calls your 4-bet, then he's always gonna have ace king suited, queens kings. That's kind of it. Okay, so whenever he calls this, then on this board he never hits anything.
And if it was a fish, so high VP,
Still bet.
VPIP.
Nah, this stack the pot. You need to learn what SPR is. So SPR,
Sorry?
SPR.
Yes, PR.
Stack to pot ratio. Okay, so like how big is the pot in comparison to effective stack?
I learn new things here.
Yeah. How big is the pot? You'll have no idea what I can teach you. Like let me show you something like this. Maybe. Yeah, sure. So something like this. But no, I was looking for something else. Just one sec. Dennis. Something like this. You'll be speaking this language at some point. Okay.
Wow, yes.
That
was very new for this.
That was just an EV calculation, not that much. All right. So stack to pot ratio. So if you have your stack is 7.66 divided by what's pot down there. Pot down there is 3.27.
It's half pot.
So it's around 2 point something. 7.66, 3.27. It's around 2.34, right? If you have aces and stack to pot SPR, right? SPR is smaller than 5, you can never fold. Because you put so much money in pre-flop, you can never fold. Right? SPR is smaller than 5. That's it, right? It's like you've got aces, or if you have, this is the same situation as if you have an overpair and you're sure that you're better than his. So for example, if you have kings here, same thing. Bet flop, shove turn. Because SPR is way too small and he can't possibly invest that much money with a smaller pocket pair, right? With a small pocket pair, so he never has a set here. Bet flop, shove turn, same situation.
And if he goes all in,
insta call. Doesn't
really?
matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I would see the flop now. I bet $2.
Yeah.
And he shoves.
Insta call, super call. Like I said, when they call flop and they raise turn, or when they call flop and they raise river. But here stack to pot ratio is just so small, you can never fold.
Didn't know that. Something new, yes.
You put like 160, okay? So look at this. Even if we go in when he has sets, let's say he has nines and he hits this board every time. So like he's investing $1.1 pre, right? So he has to win around $11 to make it profitable. Okay.
10%, yeah.
All right, 10% rule. So you only got 7. He can never make it. Okay. So that's it. It's unprofitable with 9. So, but you have to consider his stats, right? So you got 65 hands. He's like 18, 15, 5.6. This is nitty. This is nit. I only expect him, to be honest, to call you with kings here. And he's on the flop, you need to get that value from him. If you check, he might check back. Maybe an ace comes, maybe a queen comes, and he gets scared. Bet flop, shove turn, that's it. That's how you get maximum value from kings here. I did not expect him to have queens, to be honest, because it's a super weak play. Calling 4-bet there with queens against you, you're never gonna 4-bet bluff, and especially this big.
Yes.
When you do this, I put you on aces or kings. That's it. I give up. If I don't have aces there, I give up. Right?
And you should do 120 here then.
Yeah, 120. Yeah.
Yeah. And 60 is too much.
So
Okay.
So it's weird. It's super weird that he flat. And then flatting the flop and then calling the turn shove, that's insanely weird. And yeah, he probably called your turn shove. He probably called your turn shove because he has the queen of hearts, but that does not give him the odds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, weird. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We already talked about this one. I don't like the calling here with ace jack. I'd
No.
squeeze. So with ace jack offsuit here, I'd squeeze probably, right? But we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that next time. Like three betting ranges and how to construct three betting ranges and how to modify them by opponents and so on. But you should really read my tilt articles. I have around 3 tilt articles that are not actually about tilt. They're actually about what might be causing you tilt. So when I was working for Poker VAP, I wrote them around, I don't know, like 30 articles or something like that. So you have some of the articles. My first 3 articles was about tilt, and it's called Tilt in Poker: 7 Unknown Factors. So here you go. I'm gonna link them to you. It's a good read. It's a really good read. First one here.
Thank you.
Second one here. And at the end of the third article, it's like more about what can cause you tilt. And the last thing, the third article is what to actually do, right? It's like pre-session, like check your general energy levels and check your mental state and so on. And there's also a link to this meditation challenge. And in the heat of battle, and what would you do like after you've lost 2 stacks, 4 stacks, and 6 stacks, and probably your mind, right? So yeah, this will make your poker sessions a bit more profitable. But most of all, think about it like this. So okay, yeah, think about it like this. What are your By the way, what's your goal? Like, why are you playing poker?
I love it. I love the game, and yeah, what the goal is of financial independence, I
All right.
think.
Yeah, but
I love the game.
Yeah, doesn't the bar help you a bit with that?
Well, I think if I'm better in poker, I earn more money with poker than with the bar because I'm always working in the evening, late.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, that's if I make a lot of money with my bar, I would never sell my bar. My bar, you can buy my bar also because it's really an old bar, is it? Only beer, no food, and that changed the last 10 years. They don't go always to the bar,
Yeah.
so it's difficult.
Yeah,
but
I
I
understand.
love also. But I have a daughter and. Yeah, I'm always working late at night, and I don't see them in the evenings.
Yeah, I get it.
That's a big problem. So if I improve my poker, it would be great.
Good. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Sure.
Yes.
All right. So ace jack, easy squeeze. So like, okay, if this is your goal, you need to beat every limit like consecutively. Okay. How's the live scene? How's the live scene in your country?
Good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So you have casinos around?
There is one from 20 kilometers from here.
That's nice. That's nice. All right. So
yeah, and sometimes I have poker in my bar, and there are a lot of bars, pubs. They organize poker games.
Oh, it's legal there to do this? Wow.
Yes and no.
Oh, okay, I get it.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, nice.
So,
if you did this
yeah.
here, you'd be like, I don't know, like fucked, like super huge fine, and yeah. If you came with some friends and you tried to play cards in any bar, they'd tell you to stop, and even might throw you out. So,
really?
Yeah. It's very strict legislation about this. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back to a little bit to poker. But yeah, it sounds really nice. It sounds really nice. You should, but think about it this way. You can use poker maybe to modernize your bar a little bit. Maybe it's like only earnings
Yes.
from poker. You can invest them into your bar. If you're
Yes.
winning money from poker, you can invest them into your bar and make your bar look a lot better and serve a lot, not food, but maybe learn how to make some cocktails, right? Maybe learn how to make
Yeah.
some fancy stuff. And I can get you some cocktail books. That's not really hard. Sure, sure. No worries, no worries. So I can find them. I can get you some ebooks, right?
Yes. Yes.
How to make some cool cocktails. And sure, you can invest a bit into equipment and drinks, and you can make some new
Yeah.
stuff, and that'll actually taste awesome. And you can't really find them anywhere else, right? So fuck
Yeah.
that. No, not Long Beach or not those. Make some new
Yeah.
stuff that are for like heavy drinkers or something like that, because people that come to your bar, they're probably something around, I don't know, maybe a bit not young, right?
That's 30 years and older.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna try to find you. I'm gonna try to find you a book with cocktails that would be
Yes.
like containing whiskey or like these hard drinks, right? Heavy drinks,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right? All right, I'm
Perfect.
gonna I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna write it down right now. I'm gonna look for it. I think I might even have one at home, in my
Really?
hometown, but I'm
Well,
gonna
you
find
also
out.
drink cocktails then, or not?
Hmm?
You also drink cocktails?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. Definitely do.
Ah.
Well, not that, not. I'm not. I kind of like quit smoking 3 years ago, and also
Perfect.
along that, I kind of quit like drinking anything else than the occasional beer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's usually what I did, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I quit. I also quit sodas around 6 or to 8 months ago. So no more Coca-Cola, no more nothing of
I
that.
drink a lot of Coca-Cola, two
So I
liters each.
quit. Oh God. Oh
Yeah,
God.
too
Why?
much.
Why? I used to do that. I
Uh,
used to do that, but I quit
oh,
completely.
I have a little problem.
Hmm.
I have to get my daughter out of school.
Hmm.
It's in 5 minutes. Is that? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Yeah.
So I have to go.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. We're just chalk it up to 50 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's no problem. Oh,
Okay.
that's my
Go. Go. Go.
girlfriend.
Go. 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 Go.
1 minute.
All right. All right.
Oh, hallo? Met Micha. Ik ga naar afrollen, hè? Tot zo. Yo, hoi, hoi, hoi. I'm back. You are also here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to go.
All right. Go for it. We'll talk about
Yeah,
it later.
make your
Go.
point.
Don't
I
don't
see
miss
you in
don't miss
50
your
minutes.
opponent.
Okay, I see you in 15 minutes then. I see you on the internet then.
Yeah. In about 1 hour and 10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Cheers. Bye.
perfect.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye bye.
Just raced around 5 or something like that.